Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures. So I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner. What's going on, everybody? Look at this. We got our Bitcoin chart up, and for our update today, you can see that the channel that we drew yesterday is holding very, very true. It looks like everything's right in line. I know people are panicking over 1 or 2%, but this is nothing. It's nothing compared to what we will see if we break below this channel. If we break below this channel, we're going to see our actual correction, and I've been telling you for a while that I think it's around 14,000. Our 50-day moving average is getting very high, so most likely if we break through here, it'll be hard for the 50 to hold support. We are essentially at the bottom of our low here, so we will likely lose the 50, but we will probably find support on the 100. 100's right in line. So we'll see how it all plays out. Should be wild and exciting, just like every day in crypto. Well, look at the altcoin market staying perfectly inside of our lovely little channel we've got going on here. We just barely touched down on this line. It should be interesting to see if we get squeezed here or if it just fails and stays right within this channel. The breakout is likely to be on the upside, and I'm looking for that since I'm betting we're going to have an alt season coming up soon. Part of the reason why I believe that, if you look at the microcap dominance, this is looking more and more like a turn. This has definitely flattened out. We're starting to peak up, so this momentum has completely shifted. So there are a lot of coins, we talked about it yesterday, that are just hugging that 50, and every market goes up and down. And so if our down is hugging the 50, our up will be across and create perfect entry points. So looks good. This is what I look like when people take away my Bitcoin ticker and my computer and make me go outside and see sunshine. So today's chart of the day is really more of a formation of the day. We've been looking for kind of a bottom with a higher low, and anything that creates higher lows and can stay above the 50 is absolutely golden. Decred was a coin that we had pointed out a month ago, and once we get this momentum going, this is what we're looking for, this strong move up. This was a little too much, so it was unsustainable, and we're now kind of retracing a bit, but remarkably, we're above the 200, which means our 50's coming up. This is a recipe for a green zone. So there were two other coins that have the right mindset. We need every coin to do this. The first one is a coin called Metal. So this is the formation that we've been watching. We've been looking at this flattening where we've got a nice solid line of resistance, just waiting for that break. And then we have a higher low. So we've just been watching for these all across the coins. And yesterday, investors were sold on the idea that not only had we exited the red zone, but that we had broken above this line of resistance. So we just popped up right here and launched. And so hitting up here at 32 from our worst case entry would have been here. So this was a 50% move. We're obviously down, and so this is not a great formation. But you can just see and feel the enthusiasm in the markets that once we pop above this and have this right thing, the right recipe, we're going to see some action. So that one was definitely good. It's up 20% right now. The other one is even more extreme, and it's compound. So compound, I tweeted out a few weeks ago or days ago that we had exited and closed above the 50 for the first time in a long time. And so this is prime buying territory right here. And so congratulations to any that may have made that move. I did actually go ahead and buy this one, and it was pretty sweet. I like to exit a couple of spots in here, and this one was profitable. So, but even with this horrible downward pressure on this, we're looking at the bodies, and sometimes when it gets too ridiculous like this, people just almost ignore this as a fat finger mistake, and we'll go with bodies. We'll probably have a kind of retracement, but staying above this 50 is the recipe. So this is exactly the type of formation we're looking for. Oh man, you guys, I'm so excited. This is something that I've been meaning to do for quite a while, and I but what I did is this morning I did some cleanup and improved the scripts. I have two scripts that I've published on my YouTube channel that are only accessible by invitation. And the links for these two scripts are in the description. And I'll just leave them in there into perpetuity. What I did do, just because this is my own, these are my own creations and my own indicators, and I think they're valuable, very valuable. So I do have donation addresses for those that feel like if it's helpful or if you're feeling generous, that would be pretty cool to kind of give back a little bit. But they are free, so you can access them. If you feel like donating, that's cool, but they are free for everybody on the channel. And this Kelvin moving averages, I saw in the comments yesterday that people were like, well, where do you get this? Like, I like the zones. This makes sense, and it does seem to be a decent strategy. Well, it is now available right here. So if you click the link will bring you to a page that looks like this. And I'm going to resize my page so you can actually see everything. But it'll look like this. And this is the explanation of what it is. This is the explanation of generally how you would be profitable using this strategy. And then here are the addresses. And then this is the script itself. So you can, all you have to do is copy this and then go to your, let me move this back. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can see that down here there are all these options down here. So you would just click Pine Editor, and then you would just go to either Open, or sometimes it'll just be New. But anyway, if there's nothing in here, you can actually just select, paste it in, and then click Add to Chart. You can save it if you wish, but just Add to Chart and it'll pop everything up just like that. But I'll just kind of show you a little bit of the cleanup that I did, just so you know how the thing works. But this is gonna be pretty awesome for you guys. So what it does, I'll just go up to Ethereum to give you an example. So this is Ethereum's daily channel, or a daily chart. And what it does is the 50 is the greenish, yellowish. So this is the 50, the red's always the 100, and the blue is always the 200. And what I've done is the 50 week is the thicker line, the 100 week is this thick line, and this is the 200 week. So you have not only the daily, but you also have the weekly on the daily chart. If you go to weekly, it does the same thing. It adds the 21-week moving average just because there are a lot of people that use that or watch it. But there's also the 50-month moving average, and it'll add the months in if you're looking at the weekly. And then we don't have an example for years, but we have the 50-month moving average here. So if I go back to weekly, you can kind of see how it's the exact same line. And then so on the daily, we had a death cross right here. And I've made it so that if you go to the 4-hour, it still shows that death cross on the daily, even though it shows the moving averages for the 50, 100, and 200 on the chart that you're actually watching, the 4-hour. But I've also done it so that if you click 1 hour, it still shows that same, the same death cross on the daily. So if you're on 1 hour or 4 hour, it still shows the daily averages on those charts in these big trend, the thicker trend lines. These are always the 50, 100, and 200 of whatever time frame you're looking at. And then if you get smaller than that, then it doesn't show anything. It just kind of thickens the line, and it just shows you exactly what the 50, 100, and 200 are on that specific thing. So this is pretty darn helpful as far as seeing trend lines and seeing major points of support and resistance that almost every trader is watching. And then finally, the zones. So when you zoom out, you'll see these red, yellow, green, and white zones. So this is all baked into this indicator also. So this entire thing kind of gives you that. And you've heard me say this a million times, but exiting the red zone is generally a very good long-term entry point. It doesn't always work out. That's why I always advise you to make small decisions. Like we only invest a small amount of our portfolio, but these going out of a red zone is usually once or twice a year type of situation. And especially if we get out of a red zone and make it to a green zone, exiting the green zone is generally a great place to take profits. Just depends on whether you feel like you've made enough, because crypto, you don't want to make 10%, you want to make 100%. So you want to exit at a decent return. But all of these zones and everything, you can now put it on your own chart. You can kind of follow along with what I'm doing, and I think this will help you guys. So pretty excited to be able to share this. And so now that is available. The other one that I put in the description also is this double, triple, and quadruple. And all it does is it just puts a line where double from yesterday's close would be. And this only works on the daily chart. So if you're looking at a really volatile coin, what could I use for that? We'll use Atom or Cosmos for a minute. It'll show you where double is from yesterday's close, but it'll also show you triple if within the last 12 months we were at double. So if we crossed above double, so we've actually lost 50% or more, then it'll actually show you the next line. Had we lost a third, like 2/3, so say this had poked its head up through this line, it would show you not just double and triple, but it would show you quadruple also. So that's what that is. You can kind of play around with it and see what you think, but it's kind of a cool thing. These are definitely indicators I use a lot. I use these all the time to look and see, because there are lines that show trends, but the other thing that investors look at a ton are these averages, and they will really impact the behavior of every coin. There's always something going on with these. So pretty cool. Happy birthday, everybody. This is your Christmas present from me to you. I hope you guys have a good time working with that. Okay, it is time to separate the CoinBook trolls from the CoinBook fans. So these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly, and We'll be giving away probably 1 or 2 of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.